Hi, it's Elizabeth at Salt Air Studios. I want to talk to you a little bit about halotherapy, salt therapy, and COVID-19. First of all, I want you to know that we are going to be opening up Salt Air Studios on Friday with limited services, and one of those services is halotherapy, the salt in salt air. So I want to tell you a little bit about exactly what halotherapy is, what precautions we're taking, and talk to you a little bit about COVID-19 and halotherapy. So first of all, if you have not visited us yet, take a look around with me. This is our salt room. And you may notice that there are, right now we have 8 chairs in here. And we also had children's toys in here. There are going to be some changes. There have been some changes made, and I'll talk to you about that in just a moment. But let me show you. This is the back side of our halo generator. And I'll walk out and show you the front side. While I'm walking out, though, I want to talk to you about what halotherapy is. Halotherapy is dry salt therapy, and there are 3 things that you should know about dry salt. First of all, we use 99.9% pure pharmaceutical grade sodium chloride, and it is put in this machine called a halo generator. It's kept in a crock pot where it's kept warm to keep the salt nice and dry so the humidity doesn't affect it. And this is the machine. Salt is placed in the top. Oops, can you see that? Salt is placed in the top here. And then it is ground up into very fine particles, and it is pumped into the salt room. So that's how it gets in there. Very microscopic size particles. This type of dry salt that is ground into these very small particles is dispersed through this machine into the room. And so it's carried all throughout the air. You as a client will sit in a zero gravity recliner. I'm going to sit down now, and these can recline all the way back. So when you're sitting in the recliner in this room, we do have Himalayan salt walls, Himalayan salt floor. First of all, the environment is relaxing. That is an important part of boosting your immune system, that you are well rested, that you are doing things to take care of your mind as well as your body. So just coming in here, relaxing, breathing, the quiet, that is beneficial in itself for your mind, for your immune system. The Himalayan salt portion of this room is more the aesthetics part and the emotional part. It does help with the relaxation when you're in a softly lit room, and just great ambiance. The medical part is the salt that is pumped into the room. So as the salt travels into the room, they're inhaled into your respiratory system. And the dry salt naturally starts absorbing allergens and toxins and foreign substances into your lungs and throughout your respiratory tract. So it's absorbing those things that you have been breathing. Dry salt may help to reduce inflammation and open your airway passages. This is important for me because I've always suffered with allergies and sinus problems. And I will tell you, I have not since I have been using this salt room. I know the pollen has been bad in our area this year. And I have still escaped with relatively few problems. I've had a few sinus headaches. I've come in, done salt therapy. A few days later, it's gone. I notice immediately that things start to drain. So let's go back to what it is. The properties of dry salt therapy also absorb impurities and provide antibacterial properties that benefit our skin. So it can benefit you as far as helping with acne, psoriasis, eczema, and just help to regulate the skin's microcirculation. The very small particles that are released into the air can reach beneath the skin surface and absorb moisture on your skin. And the larger salt particles land on your skin and absorb bacterial and foreign substances. So it can not only be good for your respiratory system, but can also be good for the skin. This type of therapy is meant to be used as a complementary therapy, not instead of, but complement to your other treatment protocol. Some people find that they are able to stop certain allergy medications after a while under their doctor's care. This can treat your symptoms as it opens the passages and can help you breathe better. It can help treat your skin conditions, but do not stop any medication without consulting your doctor first. Now, let's talk about COVID-19 and salt therapy. There are no long-term studies, of course, that have been done on COVID-19 and salt therapy. What we do know is although the salt is antimicrobial, antibacterial, it has not been scientifically proven to be or thought to be antiviral. What we do know is that the virus, as it travels in the air, the salt can attach to the virus and that will help it to drop quicker to the surface. So that means that just as the virus can live on any floor that you walk on, it can live on this salt floor. Now, there was a study done a couple of years ago that had to do with a salt on a mask. I think it was done in 2017. I don't have that information in front of me, but if you're interested, I can look at the exact information. But it had to do with the benefit of that was that when the virus touched the salt, that the rough surface of the salt helped to cut the virus or break it down faster. It did not kill it, but that is some possible indication that the virus might not live as long on the salt. We don't know. So what that has to do with you is a couple of things. Previously, we encouraged people when they were in here to pick up the salt. When children came in for therapy, they would play with the salt toys and sit down in it. Right now we're not going to do that. We have shoe covers that you can wear on your shoes. You can certainly come in barefoot if you choose, just knowing that just as if you walked on a floor barefoot or with shoes on, that you could pick up the virus on your shoes or on your feet. So I certainly wouldn't recommend that you come in without shoe covers or feet covers on your bare feet, especially if you have, any open cuts or sores. We will not allow children to come in unless they can sit in a chair without playing in the salt. They can certainly bring a book in or something to do from their chair. We will only be having private sessions, meaning that you can come in with family members who are currently sharing the same space with you, living in the same house with you. So that means that no one else is sharing the space with you. At the end of the session, we have an exhaust and air exchange that takes place. And then we're going to leave extra time in between sessions just to be sure that that air exchange has completed before anybody else is coming in and breathing the same air. We will clean all hard surfaces that we are able to, so the chairs you're sitting in will be cleaned. We do offer blankets, but we found during this time that we can keep the room a little warmer than we used to, which in my understanding, the virus does not like that as much. However, we do have to keep down the humidity in the room because of the salt. The blankets will be laundered in between sessions as they were before. And you're certainly welcome to bring your own blanket, or some people even like to bring their own sheet, like a fitted sheet or sheet or blanket that they cover the chair with before they sit down. And that's certainly fine if you feel more comfortable doing that. But I will use Lysol wipes or a disinfectant cleaner to clean all chairs before you come in. I think that we are taking every precaution that we possibly can while we're still offering you this service. I feel like now more than ever, halotherapy, dry salt therapy is going to be a valuable part for us as we are trying to stay healthy, as we are trying to boost our immune system and take care of our respiratory system. I just think it's an excellent way to aid breathing and ultimately improve quality of life. So I hope you'll consider trying it out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, send me a direct message, or give me a call, 912-275-7702. Namaste.